Hello and welcome to the second part of our first DV 2023 Embassy Performance Analysis. In the first part, we saw the best performing embassies based on the number of visas issued. In case you did not watch that first part and you wish to do so, look in the description of this video. The link to that first part is there. I encourage you to watch that first part because this second part is the continuation of that first part. So this is the second part, and our focus in the second part is on embassies that are located in countries with the highest number of selectees in the DV 2023 program. So let's go into that. Welcome back. So what we are going to do in this second part is to consider embassies that are located in countries with the highest number of selectees and see how those embassies performed during the first month of the DV 2023 program. Remember, we said that it is a good sign when an embassy begins the program year working effectively, especially embassies with the highest number of selectees. Because if such embassies do not begin to work as they should from the beginning of the fiscal year, what is going to happen later in the fiscal year, in most cases, is that many of those selectees who are assigned to those embassies will not get scheduled for interview before the fiscal year comes to an end. So that is the logic that is behind using this second parameter to gauge the performance of embassies at the beginning of the DV 2023 program. Now, someone may ask why much focus is not on countries with low numbers of selectees. You see, when a country has a low number of selectees, the embassy in that country can interview all of those selectees in a relatively short time. Even if it is toward the end of the fiscal year that they begin to interview those selectees, they are in the position to interview all of them or most of them. That is the reason why we place more focus on countries with high number of selectees as compared to those with low number of selectees in this second analysis. So as we did in the first part, I have established thresholds. I consider countries that have from 1 to 499 selectees as having a low number of selectees. Those with 500 to 1,999 I consider as having an average number of selectees, and those with 2,000 and above selectees I consider as having a high number of selectees for the purpose of this analysis. And doing so leads us to confirm some embassies as best performing and to discover other embassies that are lagging behind. In order for us to carry out the analysis, let us go over to the August 2022 Visa Bulletin, because that is where we have the number of selectees by country for the DV 2023 program. This is the Visa Bulletin for August 2022. I have the link to this page in the video description. So click on that link, and once you get on this page, scroll down to the bottom of this page. There you will find the number of selectees by country for the DV 2023 program. Our analysis is going to consist in identifying the countries with the highest number of selectees and check to see whether those countries performed well during the first month of this program. Also remember that we divided all of the countries into three groups: those with the highest number of selectees, those with an average number of selectees, and those with a low number of selectees. So we will first consider the Africa region, beginning with countries that have the highest number of selectees in that region. As you can see, the first country with a high number of selectees in the DV 2023 program is Algeria, which has a total of 5,526 selectees. Now, remember that from the first part of our analysis, Algeria was one of the best performing countries. And so, with a high number of selectees, we can say that the US Embassy in Algiers is responding to the needs of DV applicants in that country. That makes us to confirm that indeed that embassy is performing well, which is good news for applicants assigned to the US Embassy in Algeria. Next on our list is Cameroon, with a total of 2,392 selectees. Cameroon also features on our list of best performing embassies in the DV 2023 program, and so, like Algeria, Cameroon is also responding to the needs of the many selectees from that country, which is good news for applicants from Cameroon. Next on our list is the Democratic Republic of Congo with 4,385. But the US Embassy in the DRC does not feature on our list of best performing embassies at the beginning of the DV 2023 program. And so this is a red flag for applicants that are assigned to the US Embassy in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Based on the initial performance report for the DV 2023 program, we can say that the embassy in the DRC is not responding to the needs of the so many applicants from that country. Next is Egypt with 5,529 selectees. Egypt features on our list of best performing embassies. So this is good news for diversity visa applicants who are assigned to the US Embassy in Egypt. Ethiopia is next with 2,761 selectees. Ethiopia also features on our list of best performing US embassies, and so that is good news for applicants who are assigned to the US Embassy in Ethiopia. Now, for those of you who may be asking yourselves, where is this list of best performing US embassies is from the first part of this analysis. That is why I encouraged you at the beginning to click on the link in the description of this video and watch that first part. Next, we have Ghana with 3,398 selectees, but the US Embassy in Accra does not feature on our list of best performing US embassies at the beginning of the DV 2023 program. So this is not good news for applicants who are assigned to the US Embassy in Ghana. Our initial embassy performance report shows that that embassy is not responding as it should to the needs of the so many applicants who are to be interviewed in that country. Next on our list is Kenya, which finds itself in a similar situation like Ghana. Many diversity visa 2023 selectees, low initial embassy activity. Like in Ghana, the embassy in Kenya is not responding to the needs of the so many applicants who are to be interviewed at that embassy according to our initial embassy performance report. Kenya is followed by Morocco, which is also in the same situation, many selectees, low embassy activities. Not good news for applicants who are assigned to the US Embassy in Morocco according to the DV 2023 initial embassy performance report. Then we have Sudan. Sudan appears on our list of best performing embassies, and so that embassy can be seen as responding to the needs of applicants who should be interviewed in that country. So that is good news if you are an applicant assigned to the US Embassy in Sudan. So this concerns the embassies with the highest number of selectees in the Africa region. Our next group of embassies are embassies with an average number of selectees. I'm going to name all of such embassies from the Africa region. They are Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, Liberia, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Togo, and Uganda. Now on this list, Togo is the only country that features on our list of best performing embassies, which is good news for applicants who are assigned to the embassy in Togo. Because having an average number of selectees and a very good initial performance report is remarkable. And so if you are an applicant assigned to the US Embassy in Lomé, Togo, then you have a high chance of being scheduled for interview in the DV 2023 program. The fate of applicants assigned to the rest of the embassies that are on this list of countries with an average number of selectees actually depends on how those embassies will respond as the fiscal year goes on. In case they begin to work actively while we still have many months in the DV 2023 program, then applicants assigned to those embassies will have a good chance of being scheduled for interview. But if, on the other hand, those embassies remain very low on activity throughout the fiscal year, or they begin to work as they should toward the end of the fiscal year, then that will not be good news for applicants who are assigned at those embassies. Our next region is the Asia region. Asia has 5 countries with high number of selectees: Afghanistan, Iran, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Yemen, and 5 countries with an average number of selectees: Burma, Iraq, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Thailand. Unfortunately, as we saw in the first part of this analysis, no country from the Asia region appears on our list of best performing embassies, which is bad news if you are an applicant assigned to a country from the Asia region with a high number of selectees. All of the embassies in such countries are not meeting the needs of diversity visa applicants according to our initial embassy performance report. When it comes to applicants assigned to countries with an average number of selectees in the Asia region, they have similar fate as those in that same category from the Africa region. Their fate will depend on how embassies respond as the DV 2023 program continues. Now we move to the Europe region. We have been saying that the Europe region has been showing signs of a normal diversity visa program. And in such a case, we look rather to case numbers instead of the performance of embassies in that region. However, we are still going to make a remark concerning the performance of embassies in the Europe region. What you will realize in this region is that the countries with the highest number of selectees are the countries that have the best performance in that region, which is also remarkable. It shows that Europe is actually having a normal diversity visa program here, and that is quite important for applicants of that region. We move on to the next region, which is North America, with only 1 country and 16 selectees. Now, all of those selectees could be interviewed even during the final month of this year's program, so there is no issue when it comes to the North America region. And then we have Oceania and South America. I'm putting these 2 regions together because they have things in common. There is no country in both of these regions with high number of selectees. And what is interesting is that the 3 countries with an average number of selectees in these 2 regions are the ones that are on our list of best performing embassies. They are Fiji, Cuba, and Peru, which is good news not only for applicants assigned to the embassies in these countries, but to all other applicants in these regions as well. We will elaborate on that in an upcoming video. Now, as I said in the first part, this is not the final verdict when it comes to embassy performance during the entire DV 2023 program. But based on experience, these analyses must not be ignored. As time goes by, we will continue to track embassy performance in the DV 2023 program during subsequent months. So this analysis shows that some embassies performed well, whereas others did not during the first month of the DV 2023 program. As you saw, we did not mention all embassies. So in case your embassy was not mentioned, then it means that there is nothing to signal at that embassy. The situation there is not commendable, but at the same time, it is not alarming, which is not bad for applicants assigned to such embassies. The embassies concerned are the ones with the lowest number of selectees, and as we said at the beginning, even if such embassies begin to interview later in the fiscal year, it is still possible for them to interview all or most of their selectees. So for now, there is no reason to be concerned as an applicant assigned to one of such embassies. Those who should be concerned are those who are to be interviewed in countries with many selectees, but so far the embassies in those countries are not showing signs that they are actually up and running. That brings us to the end of this second part of our first DV 2023 Embassy Performance Analysis. Soon, we expect to consider the overall chances of applicants in relation to the existing realities in their respective regions. But for now, that is it. That brings us to the end of this discussion. Thanks for watching this video and see you, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.